The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the deserted beach. The rhythmic crashing of the waves against the shore created an eerie soundtrack that echoed through the stillness of the night. A full moon hung low in the sky, illuminating the sand in an otherworldly glow. A group of friends, seeking a thrilling adventure, had decided to spend the night on this secluded beach. They set up their tents near the water's edge, eager to enjoy the serenity of the ocean under the moonlight. As the night deepened, a chilling breeze swept in from the sea, sending shivers down the spines of the campers. The once inviting waves now seemed to carry a whispered warning, a message from the depths of the ocean that something was amiss. Around the campfire, the friends laughed and shared stories, oblivious to the growing unease in the air. But as the flames flickered and cast eerie shadows on the sand, a distant sound echoed over the beach. A low, guttural moan that sent a shiver through their bones. The group huddled closer, exchanging nervous glances. One of them suggested it was just the wind, but the wind doesn't carry the weight of despair and terror that clung to that haunting sound. As they strained their ears to discern the source, the moonlight revealed strange shapes emerging from the water. Dark figures with tattered clothing clinging to emaciated bodies stumbled onto the shore. The campers froze, their breath caught in their throats as the figures drew closer. The group watched in horror as the ghostly figures moved with an unnatural gait, their eyes hollow and vacant. The air grew colder, and the once gentle waves turned into a tumultuous sea of agony. The campers, paralyzed by fear, could only watch as the ghostly crew drew nearer, their moans growing louder and more desperate. In the distance, a shipwreck emerged from the waves, a decaying vessel with tattered sails and broken masts. The ghostly crew climbed aboard, their skeletal hands reaching out toward the living. The campers, now fully aware of the supernatural horror unfolding before them, scrambled to their feet. The beach, once a haven of tranquility, had transformed into a realm of the undead. The friends, their breaths labored and hearts pounding, raced against time and fate. The ghostly figures closed in, their mournful cries blending with the crashing waves, creating a symphony of terror. As the first light of dawn broke on the horizon, the haunting apparitions retreated back into the sea. The ghost ship vanished beneath the waves, leaving the beach silent once more. The campers, exhausted and traumatized, stumbled to a stop, realizing that they had narrowly escaped a fate worse than death. With the morning sun casting its warm glow on the now innocent beach, the friends gathered their belongings and fled from the cursed shore. Little did they know that the spirits of the lost souls still lingered beneath the waves, waiting for the next unsuspecting victims to stumble upon their watery graveyard. The beach, now forever tainted by the memory of that fateful night, stood as a testament to the thin veil between the living and the dead. Once upon a moonlit night, a group of friends decided to embark on a beach vacation like no other. The coastal town of Ravens Hollow was infamous for its eerie legends and ghostly tales, but the allure of its secluded shores drew them nonetheless. Unbeknownst to them, the tides of fate were about to wash them ashore, a nightmarish encounter that would forever haunt their memories. As the friends set foot on the desolate beach, the air grew thick with a chilling mist that seemed to seep into their very souls. The rhythmic pounding of the waves against the shore provided an ominous soundtrack to their rival. The sand beneath their feet felt unnaturally cold, as if the beach itself was alive with an ancient, malevolent energy. As night fell, they gathered around a crackling bonfire, its flickering flames casting grotesque shadows on the surrounding dunes. The group laughed nervously, dismissing the unsettling atmosphere as mere superstition. Little did they know, the beach held secrets that refused to stay buried. As the tide began to rise, strange whispers carried on the wind. Echoing through the coastal cliffs, the friends exchanged uneasy glances, but their apprehension only fueled their curiosity. Ignoring the warnings of the locals, they ventured further down the shoreline, drawn towards a dilapidated lighthouse that stood like a sentinel against the encroaching darkness. The lighthouse, with its weathered facade and broken windows, seemed abandoned for centuries, yet an otherworldly glow emanated from its pinnacle, casting an ethereal light that danced across the waves. The friends, now filled with a mixture of dread and fascination, approached the ancient structure. As they ascended the creaking stairs, a ghostly apparition materialized before them. The figure, a spectral lighthouse keeper with hollow eyes and tattered clothing, spoke of a curse that plagued Raven's Hollow. Legend had it that the restless souls of shipwrecked mariners roamed the beach, seeking revenge for the sins of the living. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted, and the friends found themselves trapped within an invisible force. The lighthouse keeper's warnings turned to anguished wails as the ghosts of the drowned sailors emerged from the swirling mist. The beach, now transformed into a spectral battleground, echoed with the haunting cries of the vengeful spirits, desperate to escape. The friends stumbled through the chilling fog, pursued by the relentless phantoms. The very sand beneath their feet seemed to conspire against them, pulling them into a nightmarish quicksand. One by one, they succumbed to the relentless grip of the haunted beach. In the end, only one friend managed to break free from the spectral onslaught, gasping for breath. They looked back at the beach, now shrouded in an unnatural darkness. The lighthouse's glow flickered and faded, leaving behind an ominous silence. Raven's Hollow returned to its quiet slumber, the haunted tide retreating with the last echoes of the ghostly cries. The lone survivor, forever scarred by the horrors of that beach, stumbled back into the town, vying to share the tale of the haunted shore and the vengeful spirits that dwelled within the depths of its chilling waves. The moon hung low in the ink-black sky, casting an eerie glow upon the desolate beach. The waves whispered ominous secrets as they caressed the shore, and the wind carried the distant cries of seagulls that seemed more like mournful wails. The air was thick with an otherworldly tension that sent shivers down the spine of anyone brave enough to venture onto the desolate stretch of sand. Mia had heard the rumors about this forsaken beach, stories passed down through generations that spoke of restless spirits and ancient curses. But she was a thrill-seeker, drawn to the unknown like a moth to a flame. As she stepped onto the cold, damp sand, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. The moonlit waves seemed to reach out for her, their fingers of foam grasping at her ankles with an icy touch. The beach, once a haven for sunbathers and laughter, now lay abandoned and haunted. Mia wandered along the shoreline, the only sound accompanying her footsteps the haunting symphony of the ocean. Broken seashells crunch beneath her feet, each step echoing through the desolation like a ghostly drumbeat. A dilapidated lighthouse stood sentinel at the edge of the beach, its rusty metal frame creaking in the wind. Mia couldn't resist the allure of the looming structure, its beacon long extinguished, as if it were a gateway to another realm. As she approached, the air grew colder, and the shadows seemed to dance around her, whispering secrets that only the sea understood. Inside the lighthouse, the air was heavy with the scent of salt and decay. Mia's flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing peeling paint and a staircase that spiraled upward like a twisted spine. With each step, the feeling of being watched intensified. As if unseen eyes followed her every move, Mia's heart pounded in her chest as she ascended, her courage waning with each flickering shadow. At the top, she found a room with broken windows that offered a panoramic view of the haunted beach. The moon cast an ethereal glow on the sand, revealing shapes that slithered and writhed in the darkness below. Mia's breath caught in her throat as she realized that the beach itself was alive with the spectral remnants of a forgotten past. A ghostly mist crept in from the sea, enveloping the shoreline in a chilling embrace. Shadows materialized into the forms of long-lost souls, their hollow eyes fixed on Mia. The whispers that had been distant echoes now surrounded her, a cacophony of voices pleading for release from their watery purgatory. Terrified, Mia stumbled backward, her flashlight flickering as the ghostly figures closed in. The lighthouse groaned and swayed, as if the very structure of the beach recoiled from the intruder. Mia's screams were drowned out by the haunting symphony of the spirits, their mournful cries blending with the crashing waves. In the moonlit darkness, the beach seemed to come alive with the tormented souls of the past. Mia's flashlight died, leaving her in total darkness as the spirits closed in. The cold fingers of the ghostly mist reached out, pulling her into the eternal dance of the forsaken. As the first light of dawn broke on the horizon, the beach lay silent once more, its secrets buried beneath the shifting sands. The lighthouse stood as a silent witness to the ephemeral intrusion, a beacon extinguished by the darkness that clung to the haunted shore. And so the forsaken beach awaited the next unsuspecting wonder, its mysteries hidden beneath the restless waves and the watchful eyes of the forgotten dead.